जय हो अधिवेशन प्रभु की जय हो।
हरे कृष्ण। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र श्री श्रीमद अभय शरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शीला प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन बीबीडी फाउंडर आचार्य शीला प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शीलादास ठाकुर की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ऑल ग्लोरी टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरी टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरी टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, all glories, all glories, all glories, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 10, Chapter 3, Verse number 46. Shri Shuka Uvacha Iti Uktva Siddhadharistushnim Bhagavan Atma Mayaya Pitrosam Pshyoto Sadyo बभूव प्राकृता शिशु श्री शुक उवाच इति उक्त्वा सिद्धरिस्तुष्णीं भगवान् आत्मा मायया पितृसम्पाश्यतो सद्यो बभूवा प्राकृता शिशु श्री शुक उवाच इति उक्त्वा सिद्धरिस्तुष्णीं भगवान् आत्ममायया पितृसम्पश्यतो सद्यो बभूवा प्राकृता शिशु श्री शुक उवाच इति उक्त्वा सिद्धरिस्तुष्णीं भगवान् आत्ममायया पितृसम्पश्यतो सद्यो बभूवा प्राकृता शिशु. Translation. Shukdev Goswami said, after thus instructing his father and mother, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, remained silent. In their presence by his internal energy, he then transformed himself into a small human child. In other words, he transformed himself into his original form, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.6, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. Whatever is done by the Supreme Personality of God is done by spiritual energy. Nothing is forced upon him by the material energy. This is the difference between the Lord and an ordinary living being. The Vedas say, Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate Swabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriyacha. Shvetashvara Upanishad 6.8. It is natural for the Lord to be untinged by material qualities, and because everything is perfectly present in his spiritual energy, as soon as he desires something, it is immediately done. The Lord is not a Prakrita Shishu, a child of this world, but by his personal energy, he appeared like one. Ordinary people may have difficulty accepting the Supreme Controller God as a human being because they forget that he can do everything by spiritual energy, Atma Mayaya. Non-believers say, how can the Supreme Controller descend as an ordinary being? This sort of thinking is materialistic. Srila Jiva Goswami says that unless we accept the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as inconceivable, beyond the conception of our minds, words and mind, we cannot understand the Supreme Lord. Those who doubt that the Supreme Personality of Godhead can come as a human being and turn himself into a human child are fools who think that Krishna's body is material, that he is born and that he therefore also dies.
26.
In Srimad Bhagvatam, 3rd canto, 4th chapter, verses 28 and 29, there is a description of Krishna's leaving his body. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Shukdev Goswami, when all the members of the Yadu dynasty met their end, Krishna also put an end to himself, and only member of the family who remained alive was Uddhava. How was this possible? Shukdev Goswami answered that Krishna by his own energy destroyed the entire family and then thought of making his body disappear. In this connection, Shukdev Goswami described how the Lord gave up his body. But this was not the destruction of Krishna's body, rather it was disappearance of the Supreme Lord by his personal energy. Actually, the Lord does not give up his body, which is eternal. But as he can change his body from the form of Vishnu to that of an ordinary human child, he can change his body to any form he likes. Thus, this does not mean that he gives up his body. By spiritual energy, the Lord can appear in a body made of wood or stone. He can change his body into anything because everything in is his energy. Parasya Shakti Vivudhaiva Shruyate. As clearly said in Bhagavad Gita, Bhinna Praktir Ashtadha. The material elements are separated energy of the Supreme Lord. If he transforms himself into Archamurti, the worshipable deity which we see as stone or wood, he is still Krishna. Therefore the Shastra wants, Arche Vishnu Shiladhir Gurusu Naramati. One who thinks that the worshipable deity in the temple is made of wood or stone, one who sees a Vaishnav Guru as an ordinary human being, or one who materially conceives of a Vaishnav as belonging to a particular caste is Naraki, a resident of hell. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can appear before us in many forms, as he likes, but we must know the true facts. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo viti tatvata. Bhagavad Gita 4.9. By the following, the instructions of Sadhu, Guru and Shastra, the saintly persons, the spiritual master and the authoritative scriptures, one can understand Krishna, and then one makes his life successful by returning home back to Godhead. Om Jnanatimirantasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langhayati karim yat kipatha mande Shri Guru Dinasarana vancha kalpatarvesha kripa sindhu vayacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. One who thinks that the worshipable deity in the temple is made of wood or stone, he is materially, he's a Naraki, a resident of hell. So, Srila Prabhupada mentions very beautifully over here that now Krishna is appearing as his original form of Krishna. Yes, this is revealed by our Acharyas, our Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And to reveal all that, the Acharya has taken painstaking efforts to actually establish Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes, to even establish that God exists is a big problem today. But our Acharyas go way beyond and give every detail of how Srimati Radharani and Krishna are the absolute truth. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. So, after the Lord has instructed and gave information to Vasudeva and Devaki, he transformed himself into his original form. Yes, original form as a baby Krishna. Yes, Laddu Gopal. And this is actually very interesting because Prabhupada is trying to prove a point that we might think that he is behaving like a very normal person, and it is very natural to think that. It is very natural to think that. Because if we read the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, the intimate pastimes, we can really get bewildered and think that this person is actually cannot be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes, he just cannot be. He is just a small lusty boy and there is nothing else. But that's why Parikshit Maharaj, when he interrupted Shukdev Goswami from reciting the Ras Leela, he mentions over there, Shukdev Goswami says that don't you get it? That in the 7th canto already we've completed this task. Anything in connection with Krishna is perfect. And that's why the gopis having their surrender to Krishna and leaving their homes, their social orders for Krishna is something transcendental. It is not material affair. Why did Parikshit Maharaj say that? Because for people like us. Because we are conditioned to think that hey, if I have these desires, if I have the desire to lord it over material nature, then the same way Krishna also has the same thing. But it has nothing to do with the material world. And that's why it's really important for us to see what the acharyas are telling us. And that's why Prabhupada mentioned Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Whatever they say, yes, one can understand Krishna only through them. It is not by our own mental speculation. It is not possible. Yes, Krishna reveals himself. We cannot understand Krishna by our own efforts. That has to be very clear. It's very difficult to understand all this. Yes, and that's why whatever Prabhupada is mentioning, that the deity in the temple is actually Krishna. He manifests as the stone deity. He manifests as the brass deity. Yes, the Bhagwan platform. And that's why seeing the Lord in the temple is actually something very wonderful. Because everyone is seeing the Lord at the same time. Even the advanced devotee is seeing the Lord, and even we are seeing the Lord. So that question comes up, how does the advanced devotee see the Lord? Does he see the actual form of Krishna, like Vasudeva and Devaki saw? Or does he see the form which is standing in front of us also? The answer is actually, Krishna is everywhere, and Prabhupada is mentioning that he manifests in the Archa Vigraha. He is the Archa Vigraha. It is not within the Lord or within the deity. He is the deity. Those are his limbs. And that's why when the advanced devotee actually sees the Lord on the altar, he is seeing the same thing as we are. There is no difference. But the thing is that Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, because there is love, because there is dedication, because there is devotion, the Lord manifests his beauty to the pure devotee. In the case of Duryodhan, we see that all of these people are seeing Krishna at the same time in Mahabharata. They all are seeing Krishna. But there is so much difference. In Dwarka, when he enters, there is so much difference. In Vrindavan, all of these people are seeing Krishna in very different ways. How is that? Yes. On the one hand, Duryodhan has a big palace, and he has all these material opulences to serve the Lord. At least that was his intention. Externally speaking, he prepared such a big feast. But the Lord did not choose to go there, because he cannot be bought by all these material opulences. Janma Ishvara Shruti Shribhi. One might think that because, we give a very nice, do this very nicely. And that's why we forget that identity. That, I am a kirtanier, I am a deity worshipper, I am a this, I am a that, I am a preacher. And because of this position, yes, the identity is not related to Krishna. It's related to ourselves. That how great I am in this position. I am a kirtanier and that's why I cannot do these things. So it's fine. I cannot wash the dishes because, I am a senior devotee. But Srila Prabhupada, when we see in his pastimes, we see that such a great soul, pure devotee of the Lord, he's manifesting his pastimes, and we can see that even though he's great at everything, great scholar, great manager, great writer, great leader, yes, great everything, great cook, but still we identify Srila Prabhupada as the servant of the Lord, as a representative, a bona fide representative of the Lord, a bhakta, a pure devotee of the Lord. Why? Because that is what he manifested. But on the other hand, we get caught up in these upadhis, that I am this and that, I am advanced, I am at this level and I am at this position, and that's why I am a advanced devotee because of this position, not because of devotion. So Duryodhan, thinking that he can allure Krishna and bring him to his palace and then use him for his ulterior motives. And this is a great example of how we associate with Vaishnavas also. Actually, it's like, yes, association of devotees is the most important thing, and that's why we try to become good, we try to, say nice things and everything. But it's not anyabhilashita shunyam. And that's why there is a lack over there sometimes. Why? Because when we have a desire that, okay, if I become close to this devotee, let's say XYZ Maharaj, then my status in society will be higher. If I know this devotee who is from this pujari room and all, then I am higher. I have more control, I have more power. And then we use the tactics, yes Prabhuji, I am your fallen servant and I am here to serve you, because my life is yours. But this is ulterior motive. Yes, that is not association of devotees. Getting association means to please the Lord, please the devotee, please in a way which he likes, not in the way I will get benefited. Yes, the ultimate goal of association of devotees is that there is that service attitude. Niranjan Maharaj says in his class that it should be anyabhilashita shunyam, that I don't want anything, I just want you to be happy, I just want you to make you happy. And that is a part of devotee care also. And hence, over here, Krishna is very pleased with Devaki and Vasudeva, and that's why he's appeared out of his very sweet will. And when he actually goes back home, he actually bewilders everybody. Bewilders everybody. That, hey, what happened, Krishna killed himself or, got killed and everything. It's because he's trying to bewilder all the people who do not have faith in the Acharyas, in the Shastras, in Shukdev Goswami. And that's why we have to be very careful when we hear from outside that when Krishna was killed, this happened and that body was there and this and that. Yeah, okay, that might be true. But this is also true. This is actually more true, that he doesn't have a material body. So he is Satchidananda Vigraha, And that's why today is Madhavendra Puri's appearance day. And we know how he manifested his pastimes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Guru's Guru, the first personality to manifest the love and separation in this material world. Yes, Ay Dina Dayadra Natha Mathura Natha Kadavya Lokase Ridham To Maloka Kataram Deti Brahmeti Kim Karomiham. He manifested those ecstasies, the symptoms, the devotional ecstasies of love of separation, requesting the Lord to please come in separation. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we know, he took initiation from Ishwara Puri, who is the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri is the one who started, yes, Chandan Yatra for us, Srinath Ji. Yes, because Srinath Ji Gopal told Madhavendra Puri that you go to Neelachala, get me sandalwood. It's hot over here. You have to get me sandalwood. Yes. And without any thought, Madhavendra Puri being so old, he still left. He could have said so many things, that I can't do this, I can't do that. But because the love for Krishna is so much, the attachment to the Lord is so much, whatever he desires is my desire. That is, a real devotee. To have no other desire than to please the Lord. Yes, anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhakti uttamam. Anukulyena krishnanu, it is pleasing to the Lord. And that's why he left for Neelachal to get sandalwood. And we know in Kirchor Gopinath, the Lord manifested the pastime of stealing the sweet rice. Yes, the Amrita Keli, not sweet rice, sorry, the Amrita Keli, the kheer for the Lord, for Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri was so shocked that why would the Lord do something for a beggar like me? Even though the Lord is expressing his desire to the devotee, that I want this, I want that, Madhavendra Puri is thinking of himself so lowly, you know, so lowly that he doesn't deserve all of this. In the pastime of, like Radhana Maharaj explains in his book Journey Home, Ghansham Baba, where he was, like he didn't even leave Vrindavan. Why? Because his deities, who would serve them? I cannot leave. I cannot leave. Yes. And that's why he was telling Maharaj when he was not a sannyasi, that you tell Govardhan, you tell Ladli Lal, that I desire to come so dearly to take their darshan, but I can't. I am very fallen. I can't. I am just a servant. And he is not even famous. Usually we have that perception that if we are famous, then we are a senior devotee. If somebody is famous, then only he is a pure devotee. And that is a conditioning we have. And that's why we also somehow, at least I, somehow or the other we think that yes, name, fame, glory is the way back home, back to Godhead. But it's very difficult to give up that. Very difficult. So the acharyas say that you continue chanting Hare Krishna. Try to be sincere. Yes. By doing all that, one day, those things will go away, wash away. The tendency to be senior, to be, lord it over material nature will slowly and steadily go. But we should have that desire that I don't want this. I want the desires like Madhavendra Puri. I want the desires of these great souls to make Krishna happy. Yes, so Ghansham Baba was telling Radhanath Swami Maharaj that you come for lunch. You come for lunch. And then Maharaj came because, he was invited. And then he gives him 3 rotis. And every single day, Jai Shri Radha Maharaj, he got these 3 rotis. And then one person on the 4th day said that why are you eating Ghansham Baba's, lunch every single day? And Maharaj was mentioning that no, I'm not eating his lunch. So he's like, he's fasting from 3 days because he doesn't have anything. Can't you see his body is so emaciated, he's so thin. His hunger, you can listen. His stomach is so hungry. And Maharaj thought, and then he's like, what did I do? He's like, we know which houses get madhukari. And only he can't go outside because he's with his deities. He only goes once or twice in a day to take a bath and get water for his lordships. And that's why you are eating those rotis which he's getting every day. The next day when he went, he like, no Ghansham Baba, I won't have your rotis. You have to show me that you have something to eat. He said that yes, I have so much. Srimati Radharani, Radha Gopijana Vallabha is so merciful, so opulent. Do you think that Srimati Radharani doesn't have rotis, Maharaj says that you show me. If you show me, I will take the rotis. Otherwise, I won't eat. And then for an hour they fought. He cried. He cried and cried and cried. With breaking Maharaj's heart, saying that if you don't eat these rotis, Radha Gopijana Vallabha won't be happy with me. I am just a servant. I am a fallen servant. I am a fallen servant and you are a friend of Krishna. You are meant to enjoy. I am not. Please have these rotis. Because his heart was aching so much, Maharaj actually ate. But he never went back for lunch. He saved the rotis the next day, but he never went back. How can this manifest? How are these symptoms getting manifested in this world? It's so amazing to see that a person who is not so famous at all, has manifesting such deep desires of loving Krishna, And that temple is there today, Radha Gopijana Vallabha. So, the deity is Krishna. He is there. He is the Lord. Radha Madhavari are present over here. But the thing is that because we are not purified, we have to deal with the Lord in that way, nothing else. And that's why Prabhupada is mentioning over here, a person who thinks that way is a naraki. Yes. And in Madhavendra Puri's example, we see what the dedication he had for the deity. You know, how much dedication he had to serve Gopal. And this is to inspire all of us, so that we can be inspired to serve the Lord in any way we can. Yes, to serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada, to serve Guru Maharaj some or the other way, in a small way, because it's very difficult. It is difficult. Maharaj was explaining in the class on Thursday that yes, somehow or the other we have to be in Krishna consciousness. It is difficult. Things are going to be bad. They will come. But still we should try. We should try our best and be sincere. Yes. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai, Madhavendra Puri ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare. Thank you very much.